Yeah.
An awesome God he
Got 'em.
reigns from heaven above with wisdom, power, and love. Our God is an awesome God.
Let's go. Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Chaotic Serenity. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. I believe this is episode number 26. And today I want to talk to you guys about mailboxes and birds. So in my neighborhood, we have got these kind of architectural metal mailboxes, right? It's got to be like a homeowners association approved type mailbox, not just the regular kind with the little wooden post that goes in the ground. So our mailbox is pretty old. It's pretty raggedy, all things considered. And I don't mean it's like falling apart, but it was faded. Some of the little bronze, brass, numbers that are glued on there, some of those had fallen off. There were a couple of pieces that had broken off, and we needed to find some new hardware to reattach. So the mailbox wasn't looking that great. I've been planning on painting it and kind of refurbishing it for a while, but I just hadn't got around to it. Well, we got a letter from the Homeowners Association, and they were like, hey, you've got some numbers missing on your mailbox. We need y'all to fix that. So I finally said, okay, let's bite the bullet and let's get it done, right? So I pressure washed the mailbox, got off as much of the dirt and grime and, any little residual paint that was chipping off. Got all that off and took the mailbox apart. Not all of it, but there's some screws that hold on the little red flag that comes out and things like that. So any of the pieces of the mailbox that were easily detached, I took them off. Brought them into the garage, and me and my daughter got some spray paint, and we spray painted them, right? We took the little red flag thing, we spray painted it red, we fixed it up. We got the mailbox looking gorgeous. Best looking mailbox in the neighborhood. Not joking. That thing looks brand new. It actually looks better than brand new. So anyways, after we get it painted, we take these new shiny kind of bronze brass numbers and we stick them on right where the little number section is. There's like this little a little plaque that's kind of elevated up above the mailbox. It attaches kind of like an arch, and it's got a plaque on top, and that's where the numbers go on both sides. So we got the numbers on there. We let the glue dry. It was just incredible. The mailbox looked awesome, you guys. So the next day, I come out to look at it, and there's bird poop all over it. Yeah, bird poop all over it. So I'm freaking out just a little bit, not like super freaking out, but I'm a little bit frustrated. All that time and effort, and we had this like super beautiful mailbox, and now bird poop all over it. So I ran inside, got some paper towels, got them moist, went down there, tried to wipe it off. Got the mailbox cleaned up pretty good, right? You couldn't even tell that it had been pooped on. However, sure enough, a couple more days go by, and there is more bird poop, right? And I'm thinking the whole time that we've lived in this house, right, for like 2 years or more, there has never been that much bird poop on our mailbox, right? And I'm not saying that it never happens, right? Occasionally you go to check the mail and there's some bird poop on there, and the mailbox wasn't all that nice, so, you just wait till it's dried, and then, you knock it off, or you go grab the hose when you're washing the car and you hose it off a little bit. But I never really spent too much time cleaning and polishing the mailbox before, right? But again, like there was as much poop on the mailbox in a matter of hours as I have seen on the mailbox over the whole course of the past 2 years. And I'm thinking, why is this happening? What is going on? So then I start looking at other people's mailboxes when I leave the neighborhood throughout the day, right? And I'm looking to see how much bird poop is on these people's mailboxes. Because I'm thinking to myself, if there was that much on my mailbox that formed in one day, then other people's mailboxes must be covered, right? And sure enough, they really weren't. So I'm trying to figure out, why is my mailbox the one getting pooped on? Why are all the birds flocking to it, right? Where is all this poop coming from? So I don't know for sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the birds are being attracted to the mailbox because it is shiny and it's sparkly and it's catching their eyes, right? And so I think that the birds are being attracted to it and they're coming to land on the mailbox, and I think they're just hanging out there and doing their business while they're perched on it. I don't think that they're flying over doing drive-bys and that it just so happens to land on the mailbox, right? I think that they're actually perching on various parts of the mailbox, and they think the mailbox is so beautiful that they want to hang out and spend time on it, right? So they're just hanging out, and then they're doing their business, okay? Right? So that's my guess. I don't know. I could be totally wrong, but that's my guess as to why the birds are pooping on the brand new looking mailbox and not all the other ones. But no, here's the point that I want to make, you guys. I believe that spiritual warfare is real. I believe, just like the Bible teaches us, like Paul talks about in the New Testament, that we don't just wrestle with flesh. We wrestle with principalities and with demons and with evil spirits, and things that are outside of the realm of the visible, things that we can't see. Right? I believe that there is a real battle going on there, and I also believe that when we come to Christ, we're told that He washes us, right? He washes us and makes us clean as freshly washed wool, freshly fallen snow, right? That the blood of Jesus, in a sense, spiritually washes us so that we are gleaming and shining and sparkling in a spiritual sense, just like my mailbox was in a very worldly, physical sense, right? And I think that when that happens, that the people who are trying to walk more closely with God, the people who are becoming believers, the people who are trying to grow in their faith and grow in their walk with the Lord, I think that those people are the ones that attract the powers of the enemy and the powers of the Prince of Persia, so to speak, kind of a metaphor, a euphemism for Satan. There's a number of books that are kind of interesting. C.S. Lewis wrote one, and I'm trying to think of the other one. Somebody else wrote one. But these books are written like from the perspective of a demon. And it's almost like, if a demon were to be training up a new younger demon in how to thwart the ways of the godly, this is kind of how it would go. So it's sort of the opposite of the Bible. It's a fictional narrative story, and it's about this demon who is being mentored or discipled by an older, more experienced demon, and he's teaching him ways that he can try to hinder people's walks with the Lord, right? And so when I think about my mailbox, and when it's sparkly, it's attracting birds and it gets pooped on, right? I think that, when we are not walking with the Lord, when we're doing our own thing, when we are living our own plan, and we don't really have a care in the world, and we're not thinking twice about God, I don't think that the enemy, that the devil, that the demons really mind that too much, right? I don't think they're seeking to be worshipped per se. Just so long as we're not worshiping God, I think that they're pretty happy with that, right? So I think that we may be most spiritually safe from attacks from the enemy as people when we're not following God, right? Because when we start following God, I perceive that the enemy wants to ruin that. He wants to try to stop that. He wants to try to thwart that, and that is going to attract evil spirits towards what we're doing in our life, just like the mailbox attracts birds. And what comes with birds? Poop. So that's all I want to talk to y'all about today. I'll leave you with that. But hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me. And if you ever paint your mailbox, be expecting some poop. Till we meet again. Deuces.